This is an SM Media production.
Hi, folks, and welcome to the latest episode of the SM Media Pro Wrestling Show. I'm Scott McPike. It's a pleasure, as always, to be your host, and it's always a pleasure to be joined by the one and only Scott Young.
Yeah, cheers for having us on. I'm looking forward to this one. As always, Rumble's the best time of the year for a wrestling fan, and didn't think last night was much different.
No, but you and me took very different approaches in how we're watching it. I did stay up and battled through. It was tough. It's always tough to try and stay up when it's 5:30 in the morning and the Rumble's just finishing. But overall, Scott, but we'll get into kind of each match individually. But overall, I really enjoyed it. It's again, I always find it difficult because of where we are to stay up and enjoy a show because you're kind of fighting the tiredness. But I really didn't feel that last night. I thought everything was pretty much spot on.
Yeah, it was. When I woke up, obviously I woke up this morning, watched it, and didn't check my phone, didn't check anything else, and I clicked on the network and saw it was 4 hours long, and I was quite surprised at 4 hours long because I don't think 4 matches. So that was quite. At first, obviously, you see time. It's like 3 hours 50 or something it was.
Yeah,
And I saw 4. I was quite surprised, but no, it flew in. I thought. Obviously,
it
I had
did.
the privilege of skipping adverts and skip the Slim Jims and skip the Peacock ads and stuff like that. But no, I thought flew in for what was a long show by Triple H standards.
It was. It did feel like I thought the Rumble matches flew in, and again, I thought the only one I did take a wee toilet break during the Logan Paul Kevin Owens match, but it was right at the start. And overall, I would say that was probably the one kind of thing we'll get into where I was like, I didn't really like it. But overall, happy with how it's turned out. Looking forward to WrestleMania season as always am. I think this season is probably a lot better than it's been in years. And I really, really look forward to what the plans are. It's different to what I thought. As you say, you won the prediction 4-3, so congratulations to you. We were level going into the final match and we went different ways. Your ways worked out. But we'll start before we get into the Rumble. Obviously, we had big news during the week. We kind of discussed it on Friday. We had the confirmation, literally, I think, as well. I was editing the podcast. I saw confirmation that Vince McMahon had resigned as chairman. Now, this is obviously a very delicate situation, and it's been spoke about obviously in the press conference that we'll get into as well. It was untenable. He was never ever going to stay on. It's too bad.
Yeah, I said the first thing. I think the first thing I said about the thing on Friday was this has to be the end of him, and it was. There's no. He's not got the voting power he had the first time to come back. He's got. I think he owns 10% of Endeavour or TQ or whatever it is. So he owns 10%, or rather than the majority of which he had of the old WWE. But so he doesn't have the voting power to come back. Because last time went to a board of vote him no. He kicked out of the folk that voted him no and brought in folk that vote yes, and that's how he got back in. But now, no, this is the end of him. Obviously, he's still got shares, but I can see there's already been rumours about him selling his shares. I can see him selling more within. I'd be surprised if Vince McMahon owned any shares in WWE by January 2025.
What is the best outcome though? Because I've been kind of thinking about that since the news came out. Is it a case of we never hear or see Vince McMahon again? Because I just don't think that's how he's going to go out, kind of thing. Like I think even he must realise this is beyond any hope of being involved in WWE or anything like that. But I think Vince is going to try and fight his battle, and I think we can all tell by the text that there's some form of wrongdoing anyway. Like we can guarantee that because it's just outrageous. Just with text, I've read the whole lawsuit and it is borderline psychotic. In all honesty, it's just some of the words in it, but it doesn't. He's never ever struck me as someone who, even with his retirement, do you know what I mean? As he announces this all comes out, and then that night he's jumping off a step, introducing John Cena's 20th anniversary. He's not the guy to give up and go away. but this is so much a bad situation that he will have to.
Yeah. Even in was it 06, 07, he booked his own death and he booked himself exploding in a limousine. The bloke
Yeah.
doesn't do things. The bloke does things 100 mile an hour. But yeah, this I can't see him being back in WWE. The only thing I think we'll hear, I think there's a few things we'll hear from Vince McMahon again. It's when the lawsuit goes to court, or if he pays off the woman or whatever, as in settle out of court, or he dies. That's the only news stories I can think we hear from Vince McMahon in the near future.
Where does it leave?
I can't see he will. I don't think he'll be back in TKO Endeavor or WWE ever again.
Where does it leave TKO Endeavor? Triple H obviously was. I think people are going to say that listen to the episode we did after World's End, or you're pushing double standards here. Triple H really couldn't answer anything other than what he answered because yes, it is obviously a different. It's similar to obviously Tony Khan is being asked a question about sexual misconduct, but we also need to realise that Triple H is Vince McMahon's son-in-law, and probably for the sake of the family will not and probably cannot go into anything else in what he did.
I mean, I think there was a way for him to do it. I
Yeah.
think there's a way he could have done what you said, but I don't think he's done it the right way. He basically, the way I read it was, yeah, let's ignore that. Look at all this amazing stuff we've done over the last week. And to me, that's deflection more than anything. I think all he had to say was, this is illegal. There's a legal thing. We cannot comment on it. That's all he needed. No comment would have been better than what he said. And
Yeah.
also, he didn't do it in a stupid hat and glasses.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. That's the kind of one thing I would say in relation to how he addressed it. At least he didn't. Do you know what I mean? He done it in a professional manner from the point of view that what he said, whether you agree with it or not, he said it in a professional manner. It's probably not going to go away anytime soon. We're going to it's mainstream news. It was discussed in Sky News. Very rarely, we were talking about this earlier when we were texting each other, and I can't think in terms of a mainstream story. Maybe Hogan with the racism. Well, when was that? 2016, probably. But
Yeah, 2015, I think.
2015.
Yeah, roughly about then.
But you said obviously it's the most mainstream story since Benoit, and it is. The only one I can think of off the top of my head is Hogan. That is and maybe Jimmy Snooker.
Yeah.
But I think this is going to get more. It will obviously has get more mainstream publicity because it's the owner of the company.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't live in America, and I'm thinking over here, it's hit Sky News, it's hit BBC News. I don't remember Hulk Hogan hitting BBC News
That's it.
personally. I think I'll say Benoit was worldwide news because a double murder suicide. Even if it's even if it's 3 civilians in double murder suicide, it probably hits the news over here.
Yeah.
Never mind two famous people and obviously a young child. But yeah, as I said before, I don't see Vince ever coming back to WWE. The only thing that I could maybe see Shane turn up at Mania again, tear another quad because that was fun.
Does it
But
open the door for
yeah, I
Stephanie?
can't see
Does it open the
Vince.
door for Stephanie to come back?
I'd give it a year. I think from what I read from like various reports from insiders and stuff, they want to clear as many Vince people out as possible. And I think obviously you saw the Ronda Rousey tweet, like Bruce Pritchard by one of them. Is Nick Khan a Vince McMahon guy, really?
I think is Nick Khan not protected himself enough with what he's done because he has completely. I think Nick Khan and Triple H as well have went the way the product changed. We'll get into this when we're talking about the Royal Rumble. The product is just so much better than it was under Vince McMahon, and those are the two guys you look at and go, they're the reason for that. Whether they're Vince guys or not, now Vince brought Nick Khan in. I think they will be. I think they'll be fine unless something comes out that's untenable. Which again, we don't know. This could just jump leaps and bounds in the next couple of weeks. We don't know. I think for the time, I think they're absolutely fine. I think they're the two that will weather the storm if there is to become a storm with them in it. They'll be fine. in my opinion.
Vince always had a team of 3 people, or 4 people if you include him. You had Vince, you had Bruce, you had John Laurinaitis, and you had Kevin Dunn. 2 of them are already gone. I think Bruce. Well, 3 of them are already gone, including Vince. I think Bruce will be next. Probably Triple H quite likes Bruce, but I can see him, especially after this. I can see Bruce being next one to go.
Yeah, but let's move into the Royal Rumble. Obviously, I think Triple H made a good point that it has been a monumental week for maybe different reasons in a lot of cases, but the Royal Rumble I thought was really good. We'll start with the Women's Royal Rumble match. Going into it, obviously we had our thoughts. Number 1 was Natalia. Number 2, though, a certain former Knockouts champion made her return.
Yeah, Naomi came back. Yeah, I think we all kind of knew she was going to be in it. I didn't expect number 2. I
Nah.
expected maybe a ladder 5, but I think number 2 was a good choice. And we'll get into it. I really liked the first 5 people. I think the first 5 was a good mix. Obviously, number 5 was the big one that we'll talk about probably a decent length. But I really liked the first 5. And I think after and then, yeah, I was. You could see she was like emotional because obviously the way she left and stuff like that. Yeah, she was really emotional, and yeah, we knew she was coming back. I was quite surprised she was this early, to be fair.
Yeah, obviously we had them 1 and 2. Bailey came out number 3. Candice LeRae was 4. Number 5, the current TNA Knockouts champion in the form of Jordan Grace. Now, I had no idea this was even a possibility. You did.
Yeah, I texted you about that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't see this coming.
I saw rumors floating about this was just on the Saturday. I had no idea what was happening before that. But yeah, apparently this is apparently they were bringing around a lot of promotions saying, "Do you want a Rumble spot?" And TNA went, "Aye, all right, here's Jordan, here's our champ. Make it look better than you did Mickey James." And I think they did that to a T. That's why they called it knockouts. That's why they called it knockouts, because Vince called it what, TNA Women's Champion. Of course he did. And he banned commentators from saying the word knockout, apparently.
Yeah, exactly. That's the sort of thing that I think is different, is that Vince probably viewed TNA as a nothing organisation, whereas Triple H at the end of the day has looked at it as a fan, and these are people that he will want to bring in at some point. He want to look at Jordan Grace and go, right, I want to sign her. Don't do you know what I mean? Don't rock the boat this way. Do you know what I mean? He's created a good impression. She looked really good. I really enjoyed seeing her. I thought, again, similar to you with the first 5, I thought the next 5 was really good. You did the Hartwell number 6, Asuka number 7, and you seen Bailey's reaction, and I think that kind of played a wee tale that, does she really want her here? And we were kind of getting to that. Ivy Nile at number 8, there was some good stuff with her and Jordan Grace. Katana Chance is somebody I think is really underrated. Bianca Belair number 10. And I thought the first third of this match was very, very good.
Yeah, a lot of star power in it. Like, I've been watching. I watched the 2018 Women's Rumble before that, not just before, just to sort of fresh out what happened. There's there was no legends in this. Like, no legend returns. There was no Mickey, no Trish, no Lita, no people like that, no Molly Holly, someone like that. There was all current members of the roster, and obviously Jade, who's obviously debuted. But yeah, I think that just shows how much the women's division's evolved since the first Women's Rumble. And there was no Carmella, no Alexa Bliss, no obviously no Rhea Neal, but yeah, no Dakota Kai, for example. I think that shows the depth that the women have, and it's obviously gone leaps and bounds, especially under Triple H, even recently.
Yeah, there's some good moments as well. Obviously, Kairi Sane came out. I thought Chelsea Green. There's some parts of Chelsea Green where you think that's a bit over the top, but I thought in terms of her being the kind of punch bag, it was perfect. Do you know what I mean? They had her come out 14, then Piper Niven was 15. And it just worked. There was some parts of that right at this kind of point in the middle, and I'm not blaming certain people here, There was some bits here where I thought it was a little bit sloppy. Now, I think the camera work was a bit off here. I don't know if you noticed that.
Yeah.
Some of the
I think
camera
that's
work
Kevin
was a
Dunn.
bit. Yeah, I think that's something we're used to. This is the first Rumble, obviously, of a new regime. It wasn't bad, but I could tell it was a bit off. There was a bit, I don't know if you remember this, there was a bit with Maxine Dupree, and I think it was Piper Niven, where it just looked horrible. It just looked a mess.
Yeah.
And
It was quite ironic that when Maxine came out, Michael Cole, the end first time Michael Cole went was the much improved Maxine Dupree.
yeah,
And we saw a performance.
and
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
don't know about much
singling her out,
improved.
but it just, there was some parts of it where I just felt you could tell some of them were inexperienced. But again, it was fine. Nia Jax came out at number 19, and we're going to talk about Jade coming out. I thought at 19, I said Nia Jax coming out. Now you can feel you want me about Nia Jax or not. I thought she was magnificent in this in terms of being the one. She was the. Do you remember how in old and kind of rumbles of years gone by they would try and get the big show out? They would, if you
Yeah, just a
got
million folk. Yeah.
yeah,
I don't remember
she
was it Mania 32, the big show in Shaq, and got them all everyone got them two of them out the first 10 seconds.
yeah, and she fits that role perfectly because she's unlikable. I mean, you don't
Aye.
what do you know what I mean? And even the wrestlers in the ring don't like her, but there was some really good points in the match. Becky came out at number 21. You had Alba Fire. Number 24, we thought we were seeing Valhalla, and we heard the music of the one and only R-Truth. Now, this was that. This kind of woke me up a bit in terms of it's late in the night. This was like, what on earth are they doing here? And he just got destroyed. But again, it's just that wee moment. It just gives you a wee laugh, and it just there's a bit in the men's Royal Rumble that I thought was unnecessary. I thought this was really good. And again, Nia played her part really well. I thought this whole part of the match before we get into the kind of last 6 or 7 entrants, again, it just seemed to work. And one thing that I want to talk about as well, the crowd were into it, and the wrestlers in the ring fed off that.
Yeah, just an R-Truth. I think Triple H has got very creative with some of his entrances. Like we saw last year when Michelle McCool was in the crowd.
Yeah,
And she came in, and obviously the R-Truth one here, the R-Truth in the men's as well. I think he's doing different things. So you had Pat in the men's, which hadn't happened for a good few years. Obviously a commentator coming in. I think Triple H has been very, rather than next one in, he's a bit creative with how people enter basically. And I think that's needed for some number. Like I said, this one woke you up. Or did you? I don't know if you saw the bit backstage with Truth and Pierce.
was
It was
that
on the
was that on the?
TikTok. It
No,
was on TikTok or
I saw the
YouTube or
thing on
whatever.
Friday.
No, it was tonight. He went, "Oh, Truth goes to Adam Pierce. Oh, you grew your hair back." And then he went, "Was it?" Adam Pierce said, "No, that was Nick." And our Truth went, "Mysterio."
He's brilliant. He's
I
just
don't
for
know.
these.
Is he 50?
Do you know
Or
what the
just
brilliant
under
thing
50?
is as well? Do you know, I think it still makes me laugh. Like when we hear like his childhood hero John Cena. Is he not something like 8 years older than John Cena?
How old is he?
He
Yeah,
must
I
be. He
think
must
he's
be
definitely
pushing
older than John
50.
Cena.
Must be pushing
He's
50.
52.
Is he?
It looks great for 52.
Childhood hero.
John
It's,
Cena's 47.
yeah,
John Cena's 5 years younger than him.
that's
Yeah.
brilliant. Brilliant.
He done the 5 moves of doom as well.
Yeah,
In the
and
nineties.
I do a weird thing with Royal Rumbles where like from the last kind of 6 or 7, I've always got a bit of paper next to me, and I'll write down who I think's left to come. And I got this. I didn't get it in order, but I got the people spot on.
Yeah, I done that for the men. I didn't write it down. I just thought about it for the men's, but I didn't do it for the women because I was kind of forgot. I genuinely forgot about Jade. I heard her music, it's like who's this? And then I obviously saw her. So you know it's Jade Cargill instantly because she's got a unique look about her.
Cole was brilliant for that as well. See when
Aye.
Cole made that feel like a moment, and she does. I mean, she does have that aura. It is that thing though of is this a moment, and you might not see her again for 6 months, which I would be fine with. I mean, don't get me wrong, if it is a kind of long term project, but I came out of the Royal Rumble with Jade thinking, I want to see her and Bianca. I want to, I don't
Yeah.
want her. I don't want her. I want her to have, like, maybe when they brought AJ in, have him work with a Jericho. Do you know what I mean? He might not win, but have him work with somebody. Bianca's perfect for that. That to me is the way you go for it. Have them have something at Mania because it'll work. I wouldn't have her with Nia.
No, wouldn't do that. No. See, I always go back to his Stone Cold quote from when he was coach for Tough Enough. He went, whatever it is, he's got it. I think he was speaking about. I think it was actually about Bray Wyatt or Husky Harris at the time.
Yeah.
I think he was speaking about him when he said it. But yeah, that I always go back to that when I see folk like a Jade, Roman, for example, Cody, for example, whatever it is, they've got it, and that's Jade for me. And yeah, Bianca's a good opponent. I wouldn't have her with Nia. You said Nia was magnificent in this match. I thought when you talk about people watching, oh, I don't think some of that. Obviously,
Some of her
she
stuff
played
was
her role
bad.
well.
I just mean she played her role really well. She was
Yeah.
the villain. You wanted to see her get eliminated.
Yeah, I think I'm more. I think I'm more. I don't know. I think I'm more like subtle towards Maxine doing it because she's say she's very green, very okay. Nia's been in the when was Nia was in NXT? What 10 years ago?
Yeah.
10 years ago.
Yeah. Well, she went
She
to
know how to
Raw
do a
during
power
the
slam
first
by now.
brand split. She went to Raw during the first brand split, which was 2016. So that's
26.
nearly 8.5 years.
Aye, she should know her power slam by now. And I don't think she did based on this match.
No. Yeah, that's kind of the problem you've got here is that she obviously you do worry whenever she does anything that she's going to injure somebody.
Aye.
But you can tell she's a utter asshole. Like she plays her character really well. Good spots in the match. I thought the Kyrie Sane thing, the elimination, the way she got eliminated. I
How did
thought
she do that?
I thought at first it was a mistake, but watching it back, it was
How'd she
fine.
do it?
I don't know.
She looks she kind of blinded into the ring almost.
I don't know. It was really good though. It would. I think if she'd just survived a bit longer, it would have been even better. But it was fine. Kind of final moments of the match, we obviously saw Roxanne Perez, Tiffany Stratton coming in. I've said repeatedly, I think Tiffany Stratton's a superstar. I think she is going to be the next big thing. She comes out number 29. She's another one.
She's another one with that Stone Cold quote, yeah.
Yeah. You've got her. I even think Roxanne as well. I don't know what they're trying to do with Roxanne in terms of her character, but Jade's got that star power. Tiffany Stratton's really good. Becky just played her part well also. And you kind of had number 30. I was thinking, who could it be? It could be anybody. It could be Trish. It could be. I didn't think it was Sasha. Kind of ruled that out. Kind of almost.
Sasha was at the back of my head. I was thinking, is it? My first thought was generally Trish.
And that's who I thought.
It's a small part of my mind that I thought, oh, Sasha might be here. But I heard Liv, I was like, oh, forgot about you.
Yeah, well, I did think Liv would be involved in some way, but I thought when she came out number 30, I thought she might be winning this. And that was a good thing because I thought all match it's coming down to Bayley and probably Jade. I think somebody will eliminate Becky. And then Liv came out.
I thought the final two were Bayley and Becky. I was shocked when Becky got eliminated.
So was I.
Because they two were the rumored favourites. I think we discussed that, but we both picked Bayley. But yeah, I knew they two were sort of favourites. And I thought, like the men's came down to the two favourites. I thought the women's were going to do the same, but no, I like the final three. Because I was watching final three thinking any of these could win, which is exactly what you want.
Yeah, absolutely. But Liv came out. I thought Liv done well also. She had the pop. Really good ending to the match, I thought, as well. I know it was something you really liked. I thought the way it ended, I thought the end shot with the four of them kind of sitting watching Bayley was really good. Didn't want to see any shenanigans with Damage Control try to come back out and anything. I thought that was fine. Keep that the way it is. And in my opinion, and I know we agree, I think the right person won, and I'm intrigued to see what they go with this because they're going to play off this for a couple of months. We're not going to get instantly that she's going to face EO, which I think will be the plan. We're going to have a bit of intrigue for a while, and and again for somebody like Bayley, who Triple H brought this up, she has been very selfless in terms of trying to put other people over. I don't think am I right in saying I don't think she's had a single match at WrestleMania?
No, she was. I was looking at this. I think she had a couple tags. I think she had a trip. I think she had a fatal four-way.
She had a fatal four-way at 33.
33 was her, Nia, Sasha, and Charlotte. And everyone looked at why is Nia there? Should be Becky. But no, I she definitely needs a singles match, especially like since she's come back. She's basically been part of this faction. She was Triple H's first return, wasn't she? Triple H's first show was SummerSlam,
Yeah, she
and
came
that
back
ended
with
with
damage
the
control.
last
Yeah.
man. It was her. She came out first. Then it was Dakota. Then it was Io.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So
that's right.
yeah,
Yeah.
she was Triple H's first sort of I'm in charge now
Mm-hmm.
type thing. And yeah, she's definitely deserved that singles match, and I think the match would be great as well. Give it
Yeah.
time. Give her the side pony. Give her the inflatable tube guys. Give her the full NXT.
100%. One thing that I kind of left thinking as well after this was we kind of have the theory that Rhea's going to close Elimination Chamber, being in Australia. Rhea Liv is the way to go for me.
Yeah, that makes sense. Don't let Rhea put a tweet out about Liv's return. It was it's just a few angry emojis basically, but it's a tease. And stick Liv on Raw and have that match for main event chamber. I think it'd be fun.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I think my ultimate conclusion of this match, everything seems to be going the one direction. The one direction. We're obviously going to see some sort of kind of fatal 4-way tag, I would imagine. But Sky, Bailey, Ripley, Lynch, Bianca, Jade, they would be my 3 women's matches, and then obviously you have a showcase if that's a thing now, or the battle royal, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Those are the 3. I think that to me just makes sense.
Yeah, I saw someone put. Do you know there's been a non-title singles women match since Mania 22?
Yep, and it was a pillow fight.
Yeah, it was a gimmick match.
That's right.
Who was it again?
Tori Wilson and I want to say Candice Michelle.
Yeah, that rings a bell. Yeah,
I think it was.
mental.
That
Especially
was.
since
I'm sure that was
2016.
between. I'm sure they put that between No Holds Barred, Shawn Michaels and Mr. McMahon, and John Cena Triple H. I'm sure that was the match, but I'm sure that was where that match was between, and we all know why. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
But again,
aye.
It makes
Especially
sense.
mental, especially since 2015, 2016, where Stephanie McMahon invented women. Yeah, that segment. Look, we have women that we should have used, but we've not used. Here they are now.
Yeah.
But yeah. Ever since then, not a non-title singles match. That's mental to me.
It was, and I'm looking forward to see how that goes. Right, let's move on to undisputed WWE Universal Championship, Fatal 4-way: Reigns, Knight, Orton, Styles. The whole arena just, do you know what I mean? It just falls to when Roman Reigns comes out. You feel it. I said to Laura this morning, I said I want to be in an arena to see that.
When that music hits, the whole place just changes. Like you hear, yeah, it just goes silent almost, and then you realize, oh, bro, everyone puts their hands in the air. He's just, why didn't they? I know it's going well, but why didn't they do this 4 or 5 years ago? Why didn't they do this in 2016, 2017, even 2015 before that? But yeah, they've done it now, and then they've done it perfectly almost. Also, I think I want to get back to this match when we talk about the men's. I think the placing of it was very interesting.
I thought the one word to say it was solid, because you knew who was going to win. You knew there would be some sort of. I didn't want there to be any interference, but Solo coming out sets up him and Randy, and again that was kind of something I was quite excited for, so it's fine. We know how Roman matches are now. They're going to be very hard to invest in, because you know who's winning. You know that it's going to be quite slow. I didn't think it was overly slow. I just thought that everything was going around Roman, and Roman was kind of the one. There was a few near falls. There was a few times where you were thinking they might do it, something might happen, but you knew it was always going to end the way it did, and I'm fine with it. I thought it was solid. That's the best one. Well, I wouldn't say it was brilliant. I would say out of the 4 matches, it was probably the one where I would go back and watch it again, but it was fine.
Yeah, one of my favourite Roman matches maybe ever is actually do you remember SummerSlam, the Fatal 4-way? It was Braun, Brock, Joe, and
Yeah.
Roman. That's one of my favourite Roman matches. Every time I watch a Roman Fatal 4-Way, I just think it's not as good as that one. Because I think that went like 9 minutes, but it was peak Braun as well. It was peak, it was peak Braun. I'm not finished with you, Braun. Where he spent half an hour beating up Roman, just throwing him into things, and he was just. Yeah, it's one of my favourite four. I would say that's the best 4-Way in WWE history. I can't think of many better than that. And it was
Yeah.
peak Samoa Joe as well.
Yeah.
When he managed to hold his own in a promo battle with Paul Heyman, which isn't easy. Do you remember the bit off mic where we had Paul Heyman in a corner and just told him what he was going to do to Brock? Yeah. But every time I see a Fatal 4-Way with Roman, I just think it's not as good as that. But yeah, this was fine. I think I came out of what saying why was this not Roman Randy, which is another thing I think I'll get back to, because I think if I make the point now, I think Roman's losing at Mania, and I think because I don't know if you remember, a report came out not long after SummerSlam, and it was Sean Ross Sapp, and he asked about saying any idea when Roman's losing the title, and the response he got was whenever Roman and Paul want to, and I think that stance has changed because Roman wanted to face Randy, and Triple H said no, you're in the 4-Way. And this is the first Roman match that hasn't main evented the pay-per-view since
Yeah.
he's come back.
That's right. That'll be true.
And I don't think and if that was down to Roman's main event in this pay-per-view or PLE, whatever it's called. So I think Triple H is slowly taking the booking of this storyline away from Roman, which is another reason why I think Cody won last year. I don't think it would. I think obviously Triple H had a say, but I think Roman had more of a say in him winning than Triple H did.
Yeah.
And after that, I think after Roman not main event and Roman not getting the match he wanted, I think that's why I think Cody is winning.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, I think Roman being in the skybox later on, we'll get into it because I thought that was just brilliant. I thought it was the best way to do it. But in terms of this, I think we leave thinking Roman's probably not going to work now. I don't think we'll see him between now and Mania unless he's doing promos, which again is fine. We won't see him at Chamber. Randy probably goes with Solo. Wouldn't be against seeing Styles and Knight because I thought it was. I thought LA Knight was probably the one out of the three. You thought, right, they're kind of making him look it just links so well with the crowd. I thought he had the best offense in terms of he had the most to do, and I thought, I mean, there was one near fall hit him with the BFT, and I thought this is good. This is good. Do you know what I mean? And I'm not sure. We kind of, I don't know whether they're maybe going Knight Paul, but if they go Knight style WrestleMania, I'm quite happy with that as well.
I'd got a multi-man ladder match.
Could do something like that.
I think next week we're doing our Mania cards, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're going. Well, this is a bit of a spoiler. I think we're going multi-man for the US title.
We could do, and I'd be
And
all
I
over
think that'd
that.
be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'd be all over that. Right, let's get into the US title. Logan Paul versus Kevin Owens. Yeah, again, it was fine. DQ was the right way to go. I thought it was kind of quite well done. You had that idiot coming out, and I've seen him in videos. I don't see the guy that does Impulsive. I don't think he is.
No, I like the guy that does Impulsive. I don't like this guy.
I thought at first that's who it was, but the more I thought, I says that's not him. Theory and Waller coming out again makes sense. Whether you think Logan Paul should be in the position he's in or not, he's really good in the ring. Do you know what I mean? He's to go with somebody like Kevin Owens, and Kevin Owens was really good here. I thought it was another one. Just it was fine. I'm very much of the opinion. I don't know where you are with this. At the Royal Rumble, I kind of just want these matches done with. I just build my whole show around the two Rumble matches, and I'd quite happily just skip over these.
I've had some good non-Rumble matches, but like Cena AJ, I think it's the best non.
Yeah.
Obviously the Cena Brock Seth triple threat as well.
Yeah.
They two and there's been a few Angle Ben 103 as well. You've had some great matches non Fiend. Do you remember Fiend Bryan? Fiend's best match, I think.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
But yeah, as you say, these matches kind of get them out of the way. And I just thought of a point for I think we'll discuss it more when we get to the men's rumble, but I think you should have made the Universe title a singles match just for another two bodies to go in the rumble.
Yeah, probably. And Styles and Knight would have been. You know what I mean? You would probably get a bit more. I thought towards the end it was a bit messy. The rumble, and like before you got to the final four, I thought there was some things where I was like, right, that's maybe some more stars like a Styles, like a Knight would have been better in that role. And
There wasn't a SmackDown guy after 14.
no, there wasn't. There wasn't. I
That's
kind of thought that as well because I was going to actually. I was thinking that I said, right, there's a lot of SmackDown guys in at the early stages, and then it just seemed to be a whole Raw. And as I say, when I got down to kind of the final six, I'm thinking these are all
It's
Raw
all
guys,
Raw.
and I didn't have Ricochet or Sammy in my. The only one I had was Ray. Might come out, but I thought, why are we going to bring Ray out if Dominic's gone or Santos is gone? They were all gone at that point, so there's an interesting thing, obviously. We'll get into the men's rumble in a minute, but there was Dave Meltzer said that Braun Breaker had taken Brock Lesnar's role. So we're basically Dominic Mysterio would have eliminated Brock Lesnar going by that.
That would have been fun. I would have been up for that.
That would have been hilarious. He would have get murdered.
Oh, it'd be great fun. You know, like Maven.
Yeah,
Faker.
it'd have been something like that. Yeah,
aye. Because
right.
Triple H is great. Triple H loves going back to the stuff that he done, or stuff that he was involved in. So probably went back and just have Brock going murder Dom.
In terms of Logan, before we get into the men's rumble, Logan Paul and Kevin Owens would do something like this again, probably Chamber or SmackDown. This isn't the end. I think obviously there'll be some sort of a fallout after this. Bringing out Waller in theory was fine as well. Could we see a Chamber match?
I'd make it. I'd do the rematch and singles rematch.
Yeah.
If we're going by my theory, we'll have a multi-man at Mania. I wouldn't do another multi-man Chamber.
Yeah, probably not. But right, let's get into the men's Royal Rumble. Number 1 and 2 was Jay and Jimmy Uso, and as soon as Jay came out first, I thought, right, they're doing Jimmy second. It was predictable, but it was brilliant. It was just.
Actually, I thought that on SmackDown because when Jimmy got his number, he didn't look happy with his number.
Yeah.
And then I thought he's coming out early. If coming out early, you stick Jay in early as well.
Yeah, and it was brilliant. Do you know what I mean? It sets. So I thought we'd maybe see something more. I thought when Jimmy got eliminated, he'd maybe come back and take Jay out. But we also need to remember Jay's on Raw, so Jay's obviously going to have stuff on Raw for the night. I think Jay will probably be in the chamber, and Jay and Jimmy probably build it from then, and it worked. Number 4, Grayson Waller came out number 3. Again, that was entertaining. Andrade came out number 4. The mask just looked amazing, and I'm really looking forward. I think this will be the big thing because Andrade is one of those who you could tell was frustrated under Vince. Triple H trusted him to give him the title in NXT. I think we'll see a better Andrade.
Yeah, I was just thinking, he's the 4th AEW to WWE, unless I'm missing someone. No, 5. Sorry, I was missing Cody. You had
5
Cody,
if you count Pillman.
Yeah, I was counting Pillman. You had Cody, Jade, Pillman, Punk, now Andrade.
Yeah.
Which, when you think about it, I thought it was more than that.
I think it will be more than that. I think it will be more than that.
I think it will be by the end of the year, but right now I thought it'd be more than that because Triple H just signed about 1 million votes since he took over.
Yeah,
I thought at least 2 of them. I think you maybe include Blair Davenport because she was sort of on AEW. Dragon Lee was sort of on a few matches, but no, I fully signed it's stripping the 5, and I was quite surprised thinking about that.
Right, Nakamura, Hayes 5, Nakamura 6, Escobar Cross. Dominic came out at number 9. Dominic came out, the boos again, similar to Roman, and I know it sounds silly. You'd love to see if that's as loud in real life.
Apparently, I was hearing there was folk in the crowd that's saying the TV, like cameras didn't pick up a lot of the crowd sound because it's quite a high. It was quite a tall building.
Yeah.
So it was quite difficult for. I don't know. I didn't know. I thought the crowd were pretty poor on the night overall.
I thought they were fine for the women's, and I thought they were fine for the Fatal 4-Way.
But like Punk didn't get much of a pop. Cody didn't get much of a pop, as you'd expect them to get. But I was hearing some guy talk about it was there, saying it was really loud throughout
Yeah.
the night, which I think that just might be the type of stadium or type of arena they were in.
Could be something like that, yeah. But obviously,
Aye.
Carlito, Lashley coming out, that obviously sets up the big brawl with Lashley and Cross again. I'm intrigued to see if they can hold that till Mania. It was a lot of a lot of really good guys. I thought early on, I said this is kind of going to feel really good in terms of there's a lot of really exciting guys in the future. Really like Kaiser, Balor coming out at 14, and then 15, Cody Rhodes came out. I was surprised he was brought out this early. I thought you maybe see him kind of late. I didn't think he'd be number 30 like he was last year, but I did think he would be out at 15.
I would have spaced out them a lot more. I think you look at four favourites. You've got Drew, Gunther, Punk, and Cody. Cody and Gunther came out what, 3 places apart, 4 places apart. Punk and Drew came out 2 places apart. I would have had maybe not Punk because he's not ready. He's had a couple matches now show, but he didn't really matter. Refs Joe, and that was what, June, July,
Yeah,
roughly.
yeah, around about that, maybe early August.
Yeah, summertime anyway. Maybe not Punk. I would have had Cody start. If you're having Cody win it, I would have had Cody come 3 or 4. Have him be the proper Iron Man, Ric Flair 93 or
Yeah,
92, sorry. I would have had him do that. And then Gunther can come out 15, Punk come out 20, early 20s, and then Drew come out at the end. Just rather than that, because the first half of the match was pretty dull, if I'm being completely honest.
it was, and I think that kind
Until
of
it was
made
a
me
very
think it
mid
was.
card.
It was, and
Jay and
that's
Jimmy was fine. Andrade was a bit of a surprise, but nothing really happened. Like, I can't think of a spot. Can you think of a spot between in the first until Cody came out?
maybe Bobby Spear to Dom is the only thing I remember kind of waking up. Like, not, but like, do you know what I mean? Like, kind of properly, like, I just that I didn't I kind of thought a lot of it. The kind of early stages was quite predictable. Like, I knew like none of these are winning, and I think
No.
that kind of shape up. Like with Bailey coming out early, you were kind of thinking Bailey might, if Bailey gets eliminated, it kind of changes your whole landscape in the match. Wasn't until probably I wouldn't even say Cody coming out because I didn't think Cody was winning.
Yeah.
Like I thought they
I
might have Cody out early or something. Like there might be some sort of try and get him out early kind of thing.
remember the 2017 Rumble. We all went into it like could Goldberg win, could Lesnar
Yeah,
win, could Taker win, and then I think the three of them came out 27, 28, 29.
yeah,
Like, and then the first 3 quarters, it was nothing much happened. It's fairly similar to that, I think.
yeah. The one highlight for me was Braun Breaker coming out in 2020. And I know you're maybe going to say this is silly, almost at 21, almost in this type of situation is fine. I wouldn't
He's
have
fine,
him.
yeah.
I wouldn't have him be. He's probably going to have some sort of match this year at Mania because of his attraction for the height of him. But Braun coming out at 20, I thought Braun looked really good. I think Braun could be used quite well. I'm hoping he's staying in the main roster. Almost at 21. Pat McAfee at 22, I didn't get. I didn't. I don't know about you. I just thought it was a waste of time. You know what I mean? You're
Could
saying
have been Chad Gable. Could have
could
been
have been
someone like that.
somebody. Could have been somebody. Now I get. I really like Pat McAfee. I think he's good. But for what? Do you know what I mean? For that, just to go in and go out. Do you know what I mean? Have him do something. Do you know what I mean? Punt kick
He's a good
almost or
wrestler.
something like
He's a
that.
good wrestler.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, his match with Theory was good. Match with Vince, not so much. Match with Adam Cole in NXT was great.
He had a really good match with Baron Corbin. It
That's what I
wasn't
was about to say. Yeah.
fantastic, but it was fine.
It was one of Corbin's best.
Yeah.
Corbin's. I don't mind Baron Corbin, but no, his Pat match is one of his best matches. Yeah, he's a good wrestler. Let him be athletic. Let's do his jump to the top rope, which he's good at.
Yeah. No, I
Have him do
think
something rather than
I just didn't get
the
it.
Michael Cole spot where he would come in, chat himself and leave.
I just didn't want it. Just didn't. As you say, somebody like a Chad Gable. Do you know what I mean? If somebody in there, like
Otis.
Otis, somebody. The next bit, obviously, JD came out 23. who, I can't remember, somebody attacked, who attacked JD?
It was Braun, because
It
Braun
was
just got
Braun.
eliminated.
Yeah, for Dominic. R-Truth at 24, and he thought it was a tag match, and again, it just made me laugh. Miz
Yeah, it's quite
25, that bit was funny again, and there's some good moments. I really liked the fact that they kind of had you thinking for a wee while, because Gunther, obviously there was chat during the week that Gunther might be winning. I thought the whole, from then it felt fine. Damian Priest coming out at 26. Damian Priest, I think, has just been so good recently in terms of his character work. And it was the same
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, we done our awards at the end of last year for most improved. Damien Priest,
Yeah.
Damien Priest is right up there for me.
Yeah, I think
What
that's absolutely.
he's just, I think he's been better on main roster than he was in NXT. I don't think he done much. I think he had a decent feud with Gargano, but then he turned face. Then he was it Cameron Grimes busted tires or something like that? Something rubbish like that.
Can't remember.
It was something like that. It was pretty bad. I know someone just described it as they literally let the air out of him, which summed it up, to be fair. But yeah, it was. I think he's been great as part of Judgment Day, and yeah, I think we'll get to it. But the final six, so much star power.
Yeah, it was really
Final
good. Punk,
six.
Punk 27. I thought you could tell Punk, see from Punk getting in to the end, I thought you could tell by Punk that he was loving it. He was selling for everybody. He was getting it. That he was teasing the go to sleep. I hope he's not injured. I hope it's not bad, because I think we have a CM Punk that's happy.
I think we ever see Cody put it at the Survivor Series presser. If we get a CM Punk that cares, then I think CM Punk wants to right the wrongs of the last 2 years. And I think we're getting that. Even he turned up at Deadline. He just looked happy to be there. Him and Shawn Michaels messing about for 20 minutes, which was fun but a bit weird at times. Yeah, we got a CM Punk that cares, and that's the best kind of CM Punk.
Right, they done something really good. Obviously, they brought out Drew came out at 29, Sammy 30. I didn't think I thought we'd maybe see some like a 30, maybe like a return of Ray. I didn't think it'd be Sammy. They put Rollins and Reigns on skyboxes and showed them in the camera, and I thought that was a great touch, because
Yeah, it was Paul. Roman Roman didn't look arsed, really,
no,
by what he kind of. But that's like I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean that in a cocky. I don't care who wins. I'll beat them anyway. And then when it got to the final two, he cut back to Roman, looked slightly more worried because he knew Punk's got Heyman's number and Cody's got his number.
and there was a brilliant
So I
bit.
think the evolution of Roman Reigns throughout that match, from I'm no last two wins, I'm great, to oh crap, these might beat me, was great.
There was a brilliant bit when Cody won. There was a TikTok. I don't know if you've seen it.
Yeah.
There was Roman's face completely changes when Cody wins, and there's a brilliant, whoever the fan is says it's over, Roman, and you could just, it's brilliant work for Roman. It just, his face
It's like,
completely
what do you
changes.
mean? Because is that insecure Roman's the best Roman?
Yeah, yeah, and when it came down, like when it came down to final four, Drew went out, Gunter get out. It came down to Punk and Cody, and there was a brilliant. It felt like 2 minutes, but I think it was at least 10, where they just did a proper match, and it was
Yeah.
really good, and it just makes you want to think, right, we're getting Punk and Cody down the line, and I really
I actually
enjoyed it.
think it was better than last year's final match.
Yeah, 100%.
Because the thing with last year's final match was great,
Yeah,
but you kind of knew who was winning.
yeah.
You kind of knew Gunter wasn't winning. You knew Cody was, because they were going at the Rumble last year. There was Sammy or Cody that won it, and Sammy wasn't in it, so it's gonna be Cody that wins it. So, and you kind of didn't think Drew was. You kind of knew Gunter's not winning this, as much as it'd be great. Gunter Roman would be phenomenal, but in this one, you were not, like, I was on edge. I didn't know, so obviously I had Cody in my predictions, and I wanted Cody to win anyway, whether we had predictions or no. But yeah, I was buzzing when Cody won.
When Cody eliminated Punk and Cody had won, there was 3 or 4 seconds where I was like, nah, I don't know if this is the right decision. But as soon as it just went to Roman, and they had that kind of stare down, and Punk with the brilliant bit was when he just pointed at him before he pointed the Mania sign, if I'm right. That was excellent, and the best line, and Cole's been so good at it lately. What inning are we in now? We're in the end game, and it just feels it feels right. Now I still think Punk's going to main event with Rollins in night one. Do it at the Chamber. This is because Punk's come back. We all thought no.
Punk in the Chamber. Yeah, sorry.
Punk goes down the Chamber route. I love the line as well for Punk where he says, "I'm not going to lose to Dusty's kid." It just added a bit of feel to it as well. Just added a bit of these two guys have got two very different stories, but you want Cody to win because that's the story you've invested in for a year, and it's a story I've invested in since he came back. You wanted to see him win. I wanted him to win last year. This will feel better if it goes the way we want it to. When he beats Roman, it's going to be perfect because it was built last night, and Cole's line in the background. What inning we are now, playing off the fact that this is a bit. Do you know what I mean? This is a bit real life. It was
Was
great.
it not Heyman in the presser last year saying we're just? I think it was a reference to Heyman. I think it was the Mania presser.
Yeah, he said
where he went
we're
only
in the
in third innings. Yeah.
And
Did you see his Bullet Club reference?
Yeah, that was good as well.
He did the too sweet, then he did the gun, and then pointed.
Did they do that last year as well?
He done that last year when they won it, yeah.
Yeah,
and then again, the Young Bucks put something in their bio about. I think they just put too sweet and that gun in their bio. Because it was the Young Bucks, they have to change their bio because of the Young Bucks.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was going to say something. Oh yeah, do you like getting a heel Punk?
No.
Because that towards the end seemed a bit heelish to me.
I just think it was.
He was taking a while. He was a bit cocky. I'm not losing to Dusty. I didn't wait 10 years to lose to Dusty's kid. That seemed a bit heelish to me. And I think, obviously, you bring him back as a face because you get t-shirt sales and it's first time in 10 years. Everything that's happened over the past 2 years as well. You bring him back as a face, but heel Punk.
The fans want to boo him though. Remember Edge last year? They turned Edge heel and it just didn't. You could tell it just didn't work because nobody really wants to boo Edge. And I think this could be similar.
If anyone, I still reckon the most. This might be a hot take here, but I think Punk's best work was Straight Edge Society Punk.
Yeah,
best WWE work
probably
was singing to. Was he singing to Dom actually?
Yeah, it was Dom. It was a
He sang Happy Birthday to Dom. Yes.
No, but
it was either Dom or Aaliyah.
I think it was Aaliyah. But Dom was there.
Yeah. But strange how time works.
Right. I was very much on Friday night thinking when we recorded this, Punk has to win. Cody can win at the Elimination Chamber. But see, now it's happened and we've got it. I think it was the right decision. You know what I mean? I think it was the ultimate. That's what the story needs. He's done the back-to-back thing. You can't, but we'll get into Mania predictions next week. But the final part of the show for me is he has to win. He has to. Yeah. You can't do it. People will lose interest, and you've got it right at this point. Do you know what I mean? It's not Punk's came in and we all thought, right, Punk's winning at the Rumble. They haven't changed course. If this is the ultimate story, if this is what they've been building to, if it's got to be, because I was thinking as well. They had a big moment at 20, if you remember, where the underdog won. Remember how they closed WrestleMania 20. Now they will never show this again. Benoit and Guerrero. That was the ultimate close to 20. That was a culmination of a story. WrestleMania 30, Bryan winning the title. That was the culmination of a story. WrestleMania 40, it's going to be the culmination of a story. And if this is what they're doing, I thought Hollywood was the best way because of the story effect, but this is going to work. This is going to.
Do you think they have changed course? Do you think Punk was about to win and Seth get injured?
No, not now. I thought at the time. I think they changed course. I think they changed course at the point where they maybe thought they were getting. They still. I don't know what the Rock thing just seems a bit of a puzzle now because.
If you had the Meltzer report.
No.
Meltzer came out on the radio, Wrestling Observer Radio. He basically said, Rock Roman's happening. I can't. I know when, but I can't say when. But it's happening this year, and that screams to be it's happening in Saudi.
Saudi or they could, Saudi. Probably it's either Saudi or
I
SummerSlam.
don't even think Rock. I think Rock will be allowed to work Saudi. PR. I don't think his PR team are allowed to work Saudi.
Nah. Well,
But Cena could do it.
that's the
Cena.
thing. Cena did it.
I can't. I'd be shocked. Work in Saudi Arabia.
Where else do you do it? Do you do it?
SummerSlam.
Yeah.
SmackDown.
Do
SmackDown
something.
number 5.
Yeah, you could. You could, and as I say, next week we're going to do our WrestleMania card predictions in full. But overall, final words in the Royal Rumble, Scott. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Paying the price for it just now because I'm still exhausted. But overall, in terms of a late pay per view that I don't really do them live anymore, I thought this was worth it.
Yeah, I think Women's Rumble was match of the night for me. The 4-way was fine, bit slow, bit predictable. Owens, I love the finish to Logan Owens. Don't really got much into it. I love the camera work for it because you just saw the brass knucks with the ref in the background looking at them. I thought that was shot great, and I think Logan should get better and better. I think it's Logan's best match for a while, but the Ray match was good. Ricochet match was good. Versus best match since Seth, definitely.
Yeah.
And Money in the Bank, he was pretty good as well, actually. But yeah, Men's Rumble, I think first half of the Men's Rumble was very, very forgettable, if I'm completely honest. Andrade's the only sort of half noble thing. And then after that, it became the Royal Rumble. And it was pretty good.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall, I'd probably get 4, 3.5, 4 out of 5.
Yeah, I would say you're probably in that kind of ballpark as well. I thought it was fine. Thought it was predictable, but I think up until the end I thought it was predictable. But again, you're gonna get that. I think we kind of know where everything's going, and I think that's the good thing with long term booking. I think if you know where we're going, I still think you're going to be invested in it. And I'm looking forward to next week's show where we're going to do our WrestleMania card predictions. And if there's any news in the meantime, which I imagine there probably will be, we'll be first to report on it. Scott, thank you very much, mate. I've really enjoyed that.
Aye, same. Cheers for watching, guys.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, folks, and we'll see you next week.